So now that you've thought a little bit about the context of where our learners are, let me show you your next step. And I'm not going to go through every one of these slides. You can look through them on your own. I'll skip ahead though to the actual tasks so I can describe those to you. So the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to take that list of expectations, so the things that you see as anticipated needs from your students. You're going to think about your TEKs. You're going to think about other things that you would evaluate at the beginning of the year. And I want you to come up with a list of skills, strategies, and or behaviors that you would want to pre-assess your students for. Before you can actually write your pre-assessment, you want to have some sense of what it is you're trying to accomplish. And so what I've done is I've given you a possible observation checklist, and this is going to align to all the different things that I've included in the folder. Anytime that you see a screenshot of another document, you can click on that and the link to view it should pop up, and you can pull it up through there. If for whatever reason the links aren't working right, all of these documents will be included in the Google Classroom, so you can see them there as well. Feel free to take my lists or my documents, modify them, change them. You can keep them mostly the same. You can throw them away and start your own. That's totally fine. But this is going to be an example of the type of observation checklist that you'd want to create. So I've broken this one down into 4 categories, looking at students' reading attitudes, writing attitudes, reading skills, and writing skills. And the reason I did that is because the next part of this is to actually put together your pre-assessments that you're going to use at the beginning of the year. And so I aligned the 4 things that I knew I would be doing in my classroom at the start of the year if I was getting going anyhow. So I knew, for example, I would be doing a reading inventory with my students. And so these are pretty standard reading inventory questions. You might want to use this exact same one. There's a writing inventory right here, which is a similar thing. So we're looking at the attitudes around reading and writing. And then we also already have, at the beginning of every school year, or beginning of the year, timed write. So when I was looking at their writing skills, I'm going to use that timed write as my pre-assessment for the year, because I know that's going to be given in the first month or so of the school year, and I will use the different categories that are part of our rubric as the things that I'll look at for my pre-assessment. And then finally, the last part is looking at their reading skills, and I want to show you this one because I think it's pretty cool. I stole this from Kate Roberts, the author of A Novel Approach. And she says that whenever she does some reading pre-assessment, she has the kids read some passage excerpt, a scene from a book that they're going to read, or something that you've had as a shared text, and she gives them 4 really broad, basic questions. First, what are the 3 most important moments in the story and why? Second, analyze the main character. 3, what themes does the author develop in this story and how? And then 4, what craft moves do you notice the author using, and what is their purpose? By asking these questions in a broad, non-specific way, it gives those kids who are ready to really show off and show what they know, it gives them enough structure that they can do that. And a kid that has this as a gap in their learning, they are not going to be able to respond in a lot of depth. And since this isn't for a grade, you can give them this simple reading pre-assessment as a way to get started on that work. Your task is to design your pre-assessment plan. And so it could be to take some of the instruments that I've already provided and either keep them as they are or make some adjustments, or if you want to do some other kind of pre-assessment, you can. But you are going to need to come up with your plan for what you will want to do for pre-assessment as your second task in this module.